Reading from books is a must thing that every student has to do. It's pretty obvious that reading from standard textbooks is helpful to score better in exams. But if we just keep on reading from textbooks, then we will face so many things which are important and so many which are not. Now, at this point of time, the thing that comes to the rescue is notes. You will get to know the importance of notes and how you can take your notes to the next level in this video so that you can succeed with flying colors without messing up all the information. Hey there, this is Nivedita Kauri. I am an MBBS student at Bankura Sammilani Medical College, West Bengal. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Alright, the ultimate question for this video. Why should we make notes? Making notes is a very time-taking process. And in the end, we are doing nothing but writing stuffs from those books which we already have. But believe me, despite all these things, making notes is really beneficial. But how? Let me tell you. The first thing that I must say is, notes are helpful to concise our big syllabus. For example, our medical syllabus is almost infinite and memorizing everything is just next to impossible. While making notes, our focus should be on extracting only the main points which are relevant for us. We are not going to make a second version of our textbooks, right? Sometimes we can't understand some lines or paragraphs written in our books. Initially, you may feel that the books are written in some alien languages. Especially when we know this part is important but we are not able to understand it, we get stuck into it. And then what do? Mindless memorization. But it's not good at all. We shouldn't do it. Rather, we will try to understand the gist at least, and writing can help in this case. That brings me to the next point, memorization. Notes help us to memorize better. I believe writing for a single time is equivalent to reading for 10 times. Writing with our own hands help us to process the information well and retain more of it. Another thing that notes teaches us is time management, especially during exams. How? If you can make a habit of writing regularly, then your writing speed will definitely increase. And in the exam, you are going to remember and write the most important points which are not only time saving but also high yielding. A little ago, I told you that making notes takes a lot of time. Yes, it's correct. But think deeply. Next time, when you will read the same topic, which will be time saving? Reading again from your big book or reading from your concise notes? You know the answer. In exams, sometimes we face such questions for which we are not prepared. We may know the concepts well, but reproducing those concepts on paper and arranging them wisely may not be an easy thing. This time also, notes are going to help us. Writing stimulates our brain to think logically. So even if we are not prepared for that particular question, we will be capable enough to write something relevant. And if you are getting some value from this video, then subscribing to this channel will be great. Now you know that you need to take notes. But how you can make smart notes? Let us discuss. Start with learning. You should never try making notes of a topic which you don't know. What you need to do is to learn the topic first from resources. You can learn from your teacher or from the best available book. And next, concising. Decide what you are going to write and what not. Any book that you can pick up gives you a lot of information. The Pareto principle says that 80% of the output comes from 20% of input. So you have to prioritize the 20% of information that will help you to bring the best result. For that purpose, you have to go through the previous year's questions or you have to attend the classes. While reading, highlight the important points which you are going to include in your notes. How will you write in your notes? Making notes is an art. But keep in mind that you are not going to do calligraphy. Write in your normal handwriting with sufficient speed. You don't have to write the entire sentence every time and make it look like a story. You may use classification charts, flow charts, diagrams, mind maps, highlighters. You may use different colors for writing. But changing the pen frequently can take a bit more time. But still, if you are comfortable with this, then color coding is the best way to make engaging notes. You can even use sticky notes here. You can use your mother tongue sometimes if you are confused with a meaning. But remember, you should not spend time for writing your notes twice. Whatever you are writing, let it be your final notes. And finally, revision. Revision is an inseparable part of making notes. You can't ignore it. Now, let us know where you should write. It's totally up to you. You can write on paper or on any digital device. But for university or board exams where you will have to write using pen and paper, practicing to write on paper will be beneficial for you. Although taking notes is a good practice, sometimes we have to rely on pre-made notes. When time is a limiting factor, then making own note may not be appropriate. Like at the end of your session, when your exams are about to come, making your own note is not a good idea because this time you have to focus on study for the exams. And that's all for today. For more such amazing tips and ideas, consider subscribing to this channel. Press the bell icon to get notifications about new videos. If you want to know the best tips for using iPad as a student, that video is here. Thanks for watching.